What it do, homies? We back with TheManBeHisLa. This time we are checking out his GOKU Black Rap. I did see your post about you losing about 10 hours of progress. I think you were referring to this project. Big ups, right, for scrunching together to get the video out. I do know how that feels. I used to be a 3D editor and 3D motion graphics design editor way back in the day. And there have been times where I've lost mountains, and having the ability to kind of just scrunch up everything and still do the work after losing that much out is a huge blow to your morale, to your spirit, to your temple, but you're still able to do it. You know what I mean? And I just want to take a little bit of time out of this before I start my reaction to applaud you, right, for getting it out, for doing the thing. You know, that speaks volumes to your self-discipline, and that's what I love to see. Now, without further ado, it's never enough. Let's go ahead, shut up and turn it up.
Bloodshed and war is all you know. A foolish thought divine.
Wait.
Should have known.
Okay, Kahze. I was about to say, wait a minute. Hisla, you about to bless us with some vocals and everything? The chorus is by Kahze. Okay, first time hearing you, I believe. Go ahead, pop off.
Would sink this low. Cause this world is hard. This
nice range.
I'll take the mantle and mark it, reap until you burn.
All right.
Call in the crime scene crew, cause I'm seeing true. Taking my seat into the time stream blue. Taking your life new meaning to ICU. So you'll die seeing the vibrant tide being cute. No one is.
Oh my goodness. You said taking your life as a new meaning to ICU. I see intense care. Oh no, you barring off this early. How you gonna bar off after bro done gave us the butter vocals and you just come straight for the neck, bro? Straight. All right, I ain't mad at it. Ain't no way though.
Into the time stream blue, taking your life new meaning to ICU. So you'll die seeing the vibrant tide being cute. No one is surviving. I wipe clean through. When defines me, who's not in an ID true. From the skies made a light strike true. When any hope you find, divide them, leaving them sliced in two. I said it. Life on the line, going in all and I bet it. Think I know in every sense of the word I'm a menace. You want a future, but asserting the present. We have the scale of imperial rule and a fifth of metric. Blocks of intention, geometrically. Dashing a bloodbath, a demon to the extreme. Leaving to bleed. I'm thinking of things you'll never conceive. Like a universe, another you is better than me. I won't stand for a.
You know, I'm finding that when it comes to listening to the Hisla, it's like a style that you gotta kind of have to get used to hearing, because you know I think when first hearing Hisla, and honestly I can't tell you when the first time I've heard him. I've been doing reactions to nerdcore for so long. People's rapping style can take a while to get used to, right? But I think the thing that comes back is because like, all right, this is unique sounding. I want to keep coming back. I'm starting to be able to catch the flows. You know what I mean? I catch flows, catch most of what you're saying. Because even if we do have the lyrics, right, we still have to comprehend. So that gets a little difficult sometimes. But I catch what I catch. You know what I'm saying? Continue. You doing your thing for sure.
You'll never conceive like a universe, another you is better than me. I won't stand for it, both hands gripping, shaking it up when I weigh and taking a sip of the gold standard. That gets shred like it's anabolic enhancement. Take the planet like it is some heavy, catch me a banquet. Read the end of the end, it's a man, a minute advancing. The plan is to dance, and it's the hands giving them the double tap. I punch the bear, wedding is my calling duty. My answer, I'm transiting in a new town. Romance, cancer, a pandemic, say we end it all. Stand on a chance, we stand waiting for damn venomous. No one's been sent quick to the air, get them dealt the ruin. A fashion, a lancer, and this arrival in all black. And put the man fitted metal with a man who's hitting the kill cam.
Whoa. It's just rapid fire. And honestly, I'm wondering how long it takes for you to get through these verses. I imagine with time you get better, but it's really so rapid. And sometimes, especially when it comes to like an inexperienced recording artist, you can kind of hear their punch-ins and their, and sometimes it's very, very difficult. And I feel like you obviously don't do the whole verse in one breath. And if you are doing it, you probably should go try swimming or some type of underwater Olympics, some type of competition or something, because that's crazy. But the way that you're just making it flow, right? Can't even tell when he punches in, when he punches out. It's just all butter the entire time.
Yeah, get them dealt the ruin. A fashion, a lancer, and this arrival in all black. And put the man fitted metal with
Black
the man
Panther.
in the kill cam. Clipping and filling in man's penis to my chorus power. Only failure I care about is the milk brand business. Crap fitting, disaster's natural. No light escapes me. All black, I'm black hole. Long passing, glass
Black hole,
half.
okay.
Only chains this God should be cast for that roll. Down that cruel matter of factually. Your mankind is fully trying to pass the elite's laughable. Crack smile, passion, their teeth. A factor that you cannot beat me. I'm you, that's insane. So longer than
insane.
Your best start bright. Throw blows them off, and this take this pain, it'll make me stronger. You don't know honor, I'm taking your time like a kid with a crayon. They can't stay in the line. They can blame the shit with the hatred inside me. Sure, your race was ready to find me. So with this,
and that's facts. That bar hits a little bit harder for me. You know what I'm saying? Because my son, right, I got a 5-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl, and I would take the crayon and I will just carefully color inside the lines. My son would look at it and just nod with extreme confidence, like, yes, I understand. The blue, don't color outside that black line. He be doing good, and all of a sudden, just the intrusive thoughts, his intrusive thoughts just get in the way. That he's like, you know what? I gotta cross that black line. I just gotta cross it. So I understand.
stay in the line. They can blame the shit with the hatred inside me. Sure, your race was ready to find me.
So with this blatant decisive, I read a miracles like
Okay.
your heart in college, your love. You passed with gifted free minds, but no, it was never enough. You said there's beauty in humanity, and cursed life whenever it's rough. Half with God to turn the blind eye, but no, enough is enough.
Like your voice,
Comes
Kahze.
your kingdom falls, humanity devolves, sins on thee won't be resolved. See this world, it is revolving, ring grounding me. You Cretans all the people and weak. I'm not mean, just being honest. See the peak, I'm a lead to reach cosmic street. The streets clean them sheets and be gone with justice given form. Just you all best play before I catch you down.
You must have unlocked at least 30 different, Justin given form, 30 freaking flows. Essentially, that's what that reads right there. How many flows have you given us so far? Somebody's keeping count.
Form. Just you all best play before I catch you down. All like trusted with his sword. Down is the next end in the crumble pile of the tunnel in the morgue. My ascension on my mind, troubled with remorse. My intentions, my 10 digits clench, and then they get pummeled in with force. Shots fired at me, I'm passing roads while riding backseat. No, it's the black bean, nevertheless be known. Where the trash heap down that you want to see us home. I'm this bad to the bone. Death for all. When you die, at least you're not dying alone. On arrival, kick back on my seat. The throne ain't surviving. Don't read the writing, get stoned. I let 'em bring it, swing it in the fist. I let 'em.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, the mixing on that. When you putting the force, I let them. Little delay that you got. Ooh, that's nice. Hold on, run it back. Hold on.
See the throne ain't surviving, don't read the writing, get stoned. I let 'em bring it, swing it in the fist. I let 'em sink my teeth in the flesh. I shred 'em, beat out even the best. I bled 'em. 19 inches, and that's my venom. Seeping deep, I slip into 'em. Divine blade unsheathed, I rip through 'em and wipe clean anyone I see within view of my peace. And the time stream continuum.
And that's the thing. So the thing is that, I grew up, really, really appreciating like when it comes like any type of like hip hop, a lot of people kind of like, their Tupacs and their Biggies and everything like that. I grew up, because I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, right? That's where I was born at. And, we're mostly, especially over there in Kansas City, Missouri, which is where I reside at now, we're mostly kind of like the city of jazz, you know what I'm saying? You'll hear a lot of jazz music in here and everything. But growing up, I listened to a lot of Southern, like the whole entire Southern movement. And I think it's mostly because when I was younger, my mother's family, right, was from Texas. So we would go down there a lot. Like, I don't even want to go to Texas anymore. I've been down there more times than I would like to, right? But I started really, really liking that Texas movement. But whenever I was in the Midwest, choppers, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was kind of spitting, Tech Nine, right? He's from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm from Kansas City, Kansas. I know a lot of people that ain't from the area get those confused. 2 separate cities. But growing up listening to a lot of Tech Nine. So the chopping and then that led me to start listening to Twista. So I started really appreciating the art of like rapid spitting because I felt like it does take technique. Couple of things why. The first thing is that when you start making a song and you got the rapid spinning, fatigue, right? That can be a thing, especially for people who don't necessarily like listening to fast rap. And I found that there's a couple of listeners here. We got some listeners that don't necessarily comprehend and they kind of just listen it for the vibes. These days, vibes will be more kind of like a, heavily processed auto-tune, distorted, trippy kind of pads and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of vibe. But you can also listen to the fast rap as kind of like a vibe. It's almost kind of like an ASMR, if you will, kind of how it tickles your brains and everything. But what I found out was that it can be difficult keeping your listeners' retention when it's like really, really rapid fast, because a person's going to listen to it and almost kind of like immediately dismiss it. So what do you do to counter that, right? You start thinking about like different types of flows. How can I inject a little bit of musicality into musicality? not that musicality, but musicality, musicianship into this. And a lot of this can happen from either, vocal inflections. You could play around a lot with the mix, a lot with your vocals, do some tuning or something. Take a look at Busta Rhymes, and the way that he kind of spit. Now, what helped him was his accent, but you'll notice that he has a whole lot of inflections and everything, and a whole lot of enunciation, right? A lot of pronunciation. You can, if you pay attention, you can hear every word that he's saying, and a lot of craft and a lot of skill goes into that. And, over the years, TheManBeHisLa, I believe he understands this as well. And I think that's why he has a following, does that. He not only is able to make a banger, he hasn't sacrificed on the way that he raps. And because he stayed true to how he likes to rap, he has gained a fan base. So even if people can't understand it, they're still willing to not just immediately dismiss it, right? And it's for all of those reasons that I just said there. And that's why I am also coming back to watch and listen to some of his stuff. So yes, very, very wordy. I just want to get that out there, that I appreciate it. I do know the hard work that goes into it.
Within you, my peace and the time stream continuum.
Blatant decisive written miracles like your heart and college, your love. You pass with gifted free minds, but no,
Passion.
it was never enough. You said there's beauty in humanity, yet cursed life whenever it's rough. Half with God to turn the blind eye, but no, enough is enough.
New world instead of bowing, their prayers cursed, dreaded sounds, their pleads for mercy.
Like this right here.
Diluted human nonsense. Your lives are threads unwound. You broke your throne and shred the crown. You couldn't wrap your head around true beauty without concept. So if you want violence, this God is happy to oblige you. All fall silent, cause no one doing the way that I do.
Harmonization.
Your humans a time moon that grew in a time room. My person divide soon and then swing the black knight. Swooning, are we gonna typhoon? Every last one of you's gonna die soon. You're gonna die soon.
Bloodshed and war is all you know.
Whole universe, fact, actually, all of reality. Zeno said, get that out of here.
Cause this world is hard, this suffocated in darkness. I'll take the
This part right here, this is just this whole entire thing right here, man. This is just paying attention to the entire song, like treating the entire song from the front to the back as a completed piece, and not just repeating what you just did here. Adding in those extra little not extra, but the different percussions in there, right, to kind of give, because by the third time, right, the listener has already heard the chorus twice already. So what are you going to do something different that gives it a little bit more freshness? Right now, of course, Kahze, sorry for mispronouncing your name. He could kind of come in there and just slide extra, right, with his vocals, some McGuire type stuff, bro. I swear on everything, you better not start giving me them church runs. I'm out of here, bro. If you do, reaction going in. It's going in. But though that little change right there, like completing the whole entire song as a complete project, don't just drop off because it's towards the end. Continue to keep pushing.
Cause this world is hard, this suffocated in darkness. I'll take the mantle and mark it, reap and tell you burn. So with this blatant decisive written miracles,
Oh, you put this route too. Oh yeah, get him clapping. It's actually kind of crazy because why we clapping, knowing, GOKU Black, like he trying to wipe everybody out and we out here church clapping. Wipe me out.
You pass with gifted free minds, but no, it was never enough. You said there's beauty in humanity, and cursed life whenever it's rough. Half with God to turn the blind eye, but no, enough is enough.
Ooh, nice little dub steppy bass there at the end of it. Make sure you end with something nasty. Okay. All right. Well, y'all, I had a whole lot of fun. Anytime I can listen to some music to kind of get me talking, that's what I like. That's like one of the bases for the reason why I made this channel, is to discover new music that I wouldn't necessarily listen to otherwise. Although I like to think that even if I didn't have a channel, the nerd in me would have eventually stumbled across nerdcore. You know what I mean? So I would have been watching this off camera or whatnot. But I love that I've able to assemble some type of platform to talk with you guys about it, right? This is what I love to do. That's why you see so many pauses in my videos, right? Because I'm doing what I love to do. talk about music, right? It's what you should be coming to see reactions for, to see the reactors' input, right? Original link in the description if you don't want us talking. Speaking of the original link, make sure y'all go show the man BeHisLa and Kahze some support. Go to the video, like him, tell you what to do. Dave sent them. Wow, what did I just say? I've been talking way too much. Tell them what it do Dave sent you. Anyways, Dave's out.